A massive Russian-Chinese mega-project just exploded. 7 dead, including 6 Chinese nationals. Over 100 injured, right on the border with China. But this fire is only the visible part of a much bigger story. Because deep in Russia's Far East, a region most people couldn't find on a map, 3 of the world's most powerful authoritarian states are quietly rewriting the rules of an entire region. No summit announced it, no headline explained it. This is what's really happening in Russia's Far East. And why it might matter more than anything happening in Ukraine. Here's what we know. The explosion hit the Amur Gas Chemical Complex, a joint venture between Russia's Sibur and China's Sinopec. Located near the town of Svobodny, a short drive from the Chinese border, it was meant to be a global giant, producing polyethylene and polypropylene for export. Instead, a fire tore through a pyrolysis unit. During final testing, casualties were reported. Some outlets said 3 dead, others 7, over 100 injured. That confusion is itself revealing. Information out of Russia's Far East is fragmented, even inside Russia. Officially, it's an industrial accident. On Russian pro-war channels, a different word is circulating: sabotage. There's no confirmed proof of that, but in a region this sensitive, rumors travel faster than facts. To understand why one fire matters, you need to understand the region. Russia's Far East is enormous, bigger than India, and almost empty. Fewer than 8 million people live here, and that number keeps shrinking as youth move west. Now it's a geopolitical vulnerability. Right across a thin border sit 2 countries with very different plans. China, with 1.4 billion people, and North Korea, increasingly dependent on Moscow for survival. For over 150 years, since the 1860 Treaty of Peking, China was locked out of the Sea of Japan. That barrier is effectively gone. Russia has designated Vladivostok as a transit point for Chinese cargo. Joint plans to dredge the Tumen River Delta would let Chinese ships sail directly into the Pacific. Trade has surged past $240 billion, and Chinese investment now runs past 1 trillion rubles. Then there's North Korea. Start with the most visible piece: North Korean troops fighting for Russia in Ukraine. Behind the scenes, Moscow and Pyongyang have negotiated a pact, the deepest since the Cold War. Over 10,000 North Korean laborers have been sent into Russia, filling a critical labor gap. Along the border junction, they are building rail yards and industrial zones for unmonitored logistics. In exchange, Pyongyang gets food, energy, and weapons technology to accelerate its programs. Put it together, and you get a triangle the West has almost no playbook for. 3 governments hedging against each other. China gets a maritime corridor, Russia gets manpower and investment, North Korea gets 2 patrons. If this explosion is sabotage, or if Moscow starts believing it, the entire security map changes. This region borders Japan and the Bering Strait, near Alaska. The balance of power in the Pacific shifts. Why hasn't anyone noticed? Because the West is consumed by Ukraine and the war with Iran. From here, there are 3 ways this goes. 1. An accident. Projects get delayed, cooperation continues. 2. Sabotage is confirmed and security tightens. 3. An escalation spiral into a second front. Whichever way it goes, the war that could reshape the next decade is being built here. Subscribe for more. Drop a comment, accident or the first sign of something bigger. Your answers shape the next video.